Day 2 of 76ers training camp is in the books. It seems like Jared McCain is looking more comfortable around the team and in scrimmages and was praised by Tyrese Maxey. We'll play that audio clip. Paul George was seen hitting some corner threes. Maxey himself had a quote about Paul George's ability to shoot, specifically the speed of his shot release and how it will help the team. And Paul George hit a game-winning shot in a scrimmage. And Tyrese Maxey also talked about Tobias Harris for some reason. All that coming up on Run It Back Philly Sixers Training Camp Edition. I don't know. What do I say there? I don't know. Run It Back Nation, what is good? Day 2 of Philadelphia 76ers Training Camp is in the books. And there's things we got to talk about. Thank you for being here. Give me 500 likes. Let's try to get 1,000. Like, realistically speaking, I always say give me 1,000,000 likes. Let's try to get 1,000 likes on this video, okay? If you're viewing this, just be one of the people that hits the like button. Try to get us to 1,000, okay? Or if you're one of those people that just watches the channel to be a hater, that's cool too. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the view. Only 50% of people that watch these videos are subscribed to the channel. That is what we call fraudulent behavior. This is the no fraud zone. And Sicko's hoodies are on sale right now for a limited time on runitbackphillyshop.com. If you are a Sixers sicko, why don't you have one of these? Let's get down to business, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get down to business. Shout out to my guy. Where's my mouse? Shout out to my guy, Jacob Moreno. Dropping some notes on Sixers training camp today, coming from several different Sixers reporters. And then we're going to go look at those reporters specifically and get a little bit more information. But thank you to Jacob Moreno. Follow his Instagram page. 41,000 followers over there on Sixer Country on Instagram. Shout out to Jacob Moreno. An up-and-coming content star. Tyrese Maxey said he took 76ers rookie Jared McCain and Adem Bona out for dinner last night, and he strives to be more of a leader. He also said Paul George's quick shooting release has stood out through training camp and added that Paul George hit a game-winning shot in today's practice. Tyrese Maxey said Jared McCain had a hell of a day and looked more comfortable during the team's practice. Tyrese also talked about Tobias Harris and revealed what Harris did so much for him as a veteran presence. So let's break some of that down. Before we do that, drop in the comments what you which one of these main topics from today's Sixers training camp is the most interesting to you. Drop yours in the comments and give your opinion on that also, okay? Let's start with Jared McCain, because Tyrese Maxey said that Jared McCain had, quote, a hell of a day. All right, and we're going to play Tyrese Maxey's little practice media interview thing there. But don't forget this. Nick Nurse just yesterday, I believe yesterday or during a media day, I think he said this. He said Jared McCain's probably going to see time in the G League. Now, the fun thing about drafting a player, to me, is the reactions from all of the fans, because the reactions can go the extreme on both sides. I mean, I had people telling me Jared McCain is going to be a direct replacement for Buddy Hield day one. And I was like, bros, he's going to walk out of college and be Buddy Hield, the best catch and shoot three-point shooter of the last 5 years, not named Steph Curry? Come on now. And all the way to the other side where, you know, some YouTubers were mad that we drafted him in general and even went as low as to talk about him being a fan of painting his nails. I don't know who would be so low to be angry about nail polish, but that's just interesting to me. So, you know, the thing about Jared McCain is I feel like nobody really knows, could go either way. Tyrese Maxey said this about Jared McCain today after practice at Sixers training camp.
He's 2 days in the camp. What's a guy like Jared McCain maybe showing off to you these first couple days?
Yeah, he had a hell of a day today. He played really good, shot the ball really well, looked way more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I think it's, you know, that first day of training camp, everybody's out there running around, you know, like chickens. But he was great today. He was really good.
You being the leader of the team, obviously, you just kind of spoke about.
Looked a lot more comfortable shot the ball well. Shooting the ball is going to be Jared McCain's ticket to either playing in the G League or not. You know, he was a great three-point shooter at Duke. Struggled to shoot the three in the summer league. And, you know, it's all going to be based on his literal level of performance as to whether or not Nick Nurse feels like he can play him in meaningful NBA minutes as a rookie.
About it. Have you maybe pulled him aside and said something? You being the leader of the team, obviously, you just kind of spoke about it. Have you maybe pulled him aside and said something?
You being the leader. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. We are in Tyrese Maxey being a leader territory.
Something to him, say anything to him, maybe get him ready for this type of opportunity for him?
Yeah, I've been talking to him since he got drafted. I mean, I'm just trying to give back as much as I can. I know I'm young still, but like, I'm trying to give back. Like, I just talked to Tobias Harris last night. He did a lot for me, man. He gave back to me every single day, poured into me every single day. Just like
He talked to Tobias Harris last night. Tobias Harris helped Tyrese Maxey a lot since the day he was drafted. Probably as far as, you know, adjusting to the NBA lifestyle and all of those things. Everyone's always said Tobias Harris is a great locker room guy. I don't ever deny that at all. I don't ever deny that Tobias Harris is probably a great person. I just think he's an absolute fraud of a basketball player.
I drafted, so, you know, he told me to keep that tradition going. I said I'm trying to do that, and Jared's a great kid. I mean, he's a good kid. I'm a good kid too, so I know I'm young, but he's a good kid. And we went to go eat last night. Him, me, Bona. It was great, but I think he's worked extremely hard, man. When you work hard like that, you always have a chance. And when you can shoot the ball like that, it's always a spot for you.
He took him and Adem Bona out to dinner last night, and you know what? Just dude, shout out to Tyrese Maxey being a leader, a veteran presence at 23 years old. This is what I'm saying. Like, I feel like every year with Tyrese Maxey, I say, you know, he's going to get better, he's going to get better, he's going to get better. And last year in the playoffs, I really saw an emergence of the man Tyrese Maxey, not the young player, not the kid Tyrese Maxey. He was a man against the New York Knicks in the playoffs last year. And this season, you know, I feel like last season there was still a process of getting there. This season, I feel like Tyrese Maxey is going to start from day one as a grown man, veteran NBA player. No longer is it young rookie, second year, third year Tyrese Maxey. He is here. And this season, I just expect so much from him. Anyway, let's continue. I could rant about how much I love Tyrese Maxey as a basketball player for hours growing up watching Allen Iverson, but let's move on. Oh, we're not moving on yet. We have a clip of a Tyrese Maxey post fadeaway. This is so interesting to me because of all the skills that Tyrese Maxey has. I've never seen him shoot a post fadeaway. I don't think I've ever seen him shoot a post fadeaway. Have you? I don't think I have.
You know, he was last year for sure.
And one thing, you know, I know he's working on defense this year. I know he's added some muscle size. I would love this year to see Tyrese Maxey take some smaller point guards into the paint and post them up. And, you know, kind of draw the defense from a post fadeaway, and you can make plays out of that, pass the ball out of that, all of those things. Tyrese Maxey says that Paul George's quick trigger and size have really stood out in these first few days of practice. Described him as a plug-and-play star who lets the game come to him. Noted a clutch factor in his game, adding that George hit a game winner in today's training camp scrimmage. A couple of things here. Quick trigger. You know, we had players in the position that Paul George is currently in who either would refuse to shoot the ball or would shoot the ball kind of, but still kind of refuse to shoot the ball. Paul George in this position of the number 3 scorer or whatever you want to call it, wing, primary wing, is so... The fit is so perfect because quick trigger, willingness to shoot. You go from Tobias Harris, who shot 3.2 three-pointers per game last year, to Paul George, who shot 8.3 at a higher percent. I mean, almost triple the amount of threes per game at a higher percentage is crazy. And there's a clutch factor there. He is a plug-and-play star. You can play Paul George in lots of different lineups. He's such a good version of what we want in that position because he's catch and shoot. He can play off ball. Paid a lot of money for him, but, you know, I agree with Tyrese Maxey's assessment, and there's a clip of Paul George getting up some corner threes after 76ers training camp practice. Really looking forward to that right there. Paul George being in the corner, you know. When's the last time the Sixers had a corner three-point specialist? You know, Paul George was 45% from corner threes last year. When's the last time they had a corner three-point specialist? Was supposed to be PJ Tucker. He was the best in the league the year before the Sixers signed him, and suddenly he forgot how to shoot or he refused to shoot. You know? I couldn't tell you. JJ Redick, maybe? Here is a clip of Caleb and KJ Martin shooting some getting some shots up after Sixers training camp today. And I think this one's interesting because KJ Martin said at his media day that he has been working on his three-point shot. There's Caleb Martin, veteran three-point shooter who, you know, is going to be a good 3-and-D guy for us. Here's KJ Martin's jump shot release. And let's try to just, I guess, look at this and see if it looks any different than it did last year. I mean, that looked pretty good right there. That second one looked pretty good. I guess probably because it went in. But, I mean, I'm trying to look at the release. It looks like a good spot-up release, to be honest with you. The form doesn't look terrible. But we'll just see if KJ Martin ends up being a decent three-point shooter. Of course, he's on a balloon contract. He's going to be used as a trade piece at the trade deadline. I guess probably his goal is to, you know, play at a higher level and prove to everyone that he's worth $8 million a year. But I highly doubt he does any of that. Guerschon Yabusele was working on angled ball screens into floaters. So our boy Guerschon even has a float game going on. That's Caleb Martin in the corner. Gershon's got a three-point shot. He can attack the rim. You know, he dunked on LeBron James in the Olympics, and now he's even working on floaters off of screens. Again, I said it yesterday. I've been saying it all summer. I think Guerschon Yabusele is going to shock a lot of people. Last but not least here, Tyrese Maxey asked about how he balances leveraging speed on the drive with the pass. And he said, the biggest thing for me is I changed my hair and I can see now. The hair's not in my face, so I can see. It might be true, to be honest with you. But you know, Cornrow Tyrese Maxey is here, and we're all excited for it. I think I have one more thing to talk about. Yeah. I saw this, and I wanted to give a little bit of an opinion on it. Sixers staffers were wearing the Ball Wins hoodies on the first day of 76ers training camp. So Gina Mizell asked about it, and apparently it is an unsurprising reminder for this season. I thought that said uninspiring. Unsurprising reminder for this season. We have to cherish the ball and go get it. Yes, one of the players that notoriously would not give extra effort to go get a loose ball is in Detroit again, where he will end his career. They lost the New York Knicks series literally on loose offensive rebounds that they got beat to. This is the perfect slogan for the 76ers to enter this season because it was their biggest weakness last year. It really was. When it came down to it against the New York Knicks, it was their biggest weakness. They got beat to the ball time and time and time again. So Nick Nurse is entering this training camp preaching to these guys, if you're not going to get to the ball first, you're not going to win. Everybody needs to be flying to the ball. We don't want to see Josh Hart with 18 loose rebounds in a game in the playoffs again. We don't want to see a guy named Isaiah Hartenstein turn into damn Dennis Rodman in his prime because you guys don't want to chase down a loose ball. So I really like that too. Give me all your thoughts and opinions on everything. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget Sickos hoodies run at backphillyshop.com. Prices are slashed for a short time. Go check it out. Get yourself some. Hit the like button if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel. Sixers training camp continues tomorrow. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.